start?
Well, for me, personally, I did it like I'm assuming everyone who books a great role, it's through casting agencies. I think we're all represented by some great agents and agencies in Los Angeles, and it came through the pipe, and you don't know what these projects are. A lot of times they have like code name on it and stuff, so I think I knew because it said this is a Blizzard game, but in my little intuition of being a gamer gave me a little heads up. But I didn't know it was Overwatch when I did it, so that's all I know.
Right.
I just paid them a ton of money. No, never repeat that. Yeah, well, we have agents. Most of us, I think, do. I've been working with Abrams for, I don't know, 8 years, and they get me auditions, and this one came across their desk, and they were looking for a Hispanic accent and Mexican Spanish, which I can do, so it was lucky that those were the specs, and then I happened to bring the character in, but it was just basically saying she's kind of like a Jessica Jones, and I connected to that, so I didn't know what it was either, and 2 months later I booked it, so I had even forgotten about it, and my agents were like, hey, you got this, and I'm like, what are you talking about? So and Sombra had a different name, so I didn't even know what I had auditioned for. Anyway, and so that was that. It's all been kind of an unfolding surprise, because I didn't even know Sombra was a big deal. I mean, we're all big deals. You know what I mean? But like, I thought she was a side character. I just thought I'd kind of pop in and out, and I didn't realize you could play
Entire
her.
event at BlizzCon dedicated,
Yeah.
big deal.
But I didn't know any of this, so you know, it was a big surprise. Yeah.
And you did a great job too, so.
Thanks. She did. You always do. Yeah, I wish it was, I say this all the time, I wish it was a sexier story in terms of how we audition for things, but
Yours is cool.
well, I mean, it's kind of the same thing though. We get the audition and we go on the audition and you hope to book the job and you try to forget about the job after you've auditioned for the job because you don't want to care so much about the job that you're freaked out. But yeah, no, we get the audition and we audition for it and then we
But
My
hotel room.
yeah,
cell
no,
phone?
the lovely thing about technology these days, especially when it comes to voice acting auditions, is that you can be anywhere in the world and audition for it. And I got the audition when I was traveling in Europe, and I had to stay up all night for an event the night before, so I had to do my audition at 7 o'clock in the morning after staying up all night, right before getting on a plane. So I recorded it on my iPhone and sent it in, and then lucky me. So that's a beautiful thing about technology and about this particular lane of acting, is that thanks to the combination of technology and creativity, you can kind of do it from anywhere, which is a beautiful thing.
That's awesome. Have you guys ever played Overwatch personally? I was gonna say, Josh, you said you were a gamer, so maybe I see them eyebrows going.
I'm silver ranked right now in Overwatch.
Don't need to brag.
Just got destroyed by the Pro Wolf at the Alienware truck though. So, but yeah, I love playing. I always say I'm better than Matt Mercer ever will be.
Fighting words, yo.
Well, I'm a black belt, so whatever. Is that a thing?
He's a great
Not a
guy.
thing.
IRL
That's
gamer.
that's not a thing.
Can I say I have I'm a bronze
That's not
level?
a, that's
Yes.
not
Oh, thank you. Okay,
Yes.
great. I'm silverish, rose gold. No, guys, I played at BlizzCon, and
I
somebody
remember watching
died.
you. I remember watching you play on the PCs, and yeah, that was fun.
Really?
Yeah.
But I hadn't met you.
I know, that was just kind of nice.
You should have come and said hello. Oh my God, I was
I
failing.
was so intimidated by her for a while. We tell the story.
We're goofballs. How can you be intimidated?
Because you were a strong, confident, kick butt woman, and I respected that.
Yes, that's our boy.
Thank you. But back to this crazy story is I died as Sombra, I say 27 times, but it was probably 75. Oh no. So
I'm glad that you
my
had
friend was
fun.
like, why are you jumping off of a cliff? I said, I wanted to see if she could fly. I was just like, ooh, cliff. Like, I thought she would swim or something. Oh, I'm terrible at this thing.
Yeah, I'm somewhere in between there. Like I play, but I play poorly, and I make an effort. It's just I run into the same problem. Like I'm terrible on console, and that's all we have at the house, and so I run into walls and I fall off of things, and I think there's a floor and there's no floor, and then I remember recording the line where I fall off a cliff because I'm hearing myself fall off a cliff. And
Then you're thinking about something else.
so, but A for effort, maybe like D- for execution. I think in my world, I'm trying really, really hard whenever I do get the chance. It's
She is.
Both of you guys have really hard characters too. Like the learning curve is pretty steep for Sombra and
For sure,
Symmetra. So
for sure.
That's
don't
my
worry.
excuse.
It's not you. It's not you guys. They're tough.
I know.
Thanks, Dad. Thank you. Thank you for making me feel
Not
better.
Soldier 76.
No, he doesn't need to be.
Holding R2 and looking at someone is so difficult. Oh.
I'm just, yeah.
What is your favorite voice line? I know, it's probably really hard from all the ones you've recorded, but...
Every once in a while, a fan reminds me of one that I've forgotten, but since the beginning, it's just been, relájate, I'm not going to kill you.
Yeah, that's my favorite of yours too. I can pick my favorite of yours, but I can't pick my favorite of mine.
The car wash.
Well, I know.
That's my personal
The
favorite.
car wash listener, she's like, do the car wash, do the car wash. No, it's hard, like, because they're all such elegant ways to diss people. And she's so, like, you think that she's saying, like, is she saying something nice? Because it sounds nice, but it's really mean if I listen to the words. Like, just, you were not meant for greatness. It's so, like, terrible. Did you just say I suck? Because I feel a little bit like you just said that. So, yeah, I can't pick my favorite. Every single time I think I've got one, someone else reminds me of a line. I'm like, oh, that one's good too.
She's cute though. When she signs, stuff for fans, she'll write, "You were meant for greatness."
Well, yeah, because I mean, I can't. Otherwise,
Sweet, you know?
it's such an awful thing to write on someone's picture. Like, I'll put it in quotes if you want me to write the exact line, the mean line. I'll put it in quotes so you know it's not actually me saying it. But yeah,
Sorry,
you were all meant for greatness. Let's be honest.
I think there's a funny story about Roadhog I like. He's one of the only characters I think that everyone has like 3 greetings, like hello, hi, greetings. You know?
Yeah.
Roadhog's is like, hi. The second one is, hey. The third one is,
He's a man of few words.
get a
Yeah,
grunt.
strong silent
You
triangle.
get a grunt out of that. But I really like the Halloween line. Want some candy?
So not creepy.
It's not creepy at all.
Don't accept candy from this
Do
guy.
not do
No,
it.
it has to be in the wrapper. It has to be in the wrapper.
For sure.
You know that. You kids know that. when You grow
No
up.
candied
Don't
apples.
take the up, and don't get the weirdo who like gave you the handmade like popcorn cake either.
Oh God, this got dark. This got very dark.
Anyways,
Next question.
If you could make a voice line for your character, what would it be? I know, I'm getting to the roots.
okay. So I've been thinking about one, and I suggested it to Michael too. We'll see if he takes it. But so, any Latinos in the house? Maybe. Okay. Woo! Anyway, I don't know if so much in the Caribbean or but like Central and South America, when a little kid falls and they get a boo-boo and they're crying, and then like the parent does like a sweet little kind of thingy and it says some rhyming thing, and then all of a sudden the boo-boo goes away and it goes sana que sana culito de rana, si no sana hoy sanará mañana, which if I translate it means that's so weird. Heal, heal, the little butt of a frog. If you don't heal today, you will heal tomorrow. And Sombra is like badass, and she would say that like, oh, sana que sana, culito de rana. Like, she would kind of mock you saying that, like, oh, go fix your own boo-boo. So I think that culturally that would, connect with most countries that speak Spanish.
10 out of 10 would agree.
I plead the fifth because that wins. I know. I would love to have some lines in Hindi. That's where I'm just going to leave it at that because there are a few things that I would love to say, and I just don't want to. I want to plead the fifth on that because who knows? They might. No. I could tell you, but then I'd have to kill you. And I don't want to kill you. I like you. Maybe that's a good one. I could tell you, but then I'd have to kill you.
I want to hear Roadhog say something about the Pachamari. I
Yes.
just want something. I want him to like acknowledge. Like, and how does he say it? Does he say it like happy, like Bachi, or is he like Bachi?
He'd be so creepy so fast.
So creepy.
Yeah.
Wonton killer with ruthless habit for destruction and cruelty is the tooltip description of Roadhog. In other
could do
words, a
something
big
like-
teddy bear.
He loves his patches.
You could do something with like Roadhog talking to Junkrat saying, hey, maybe we should bring Pachimari for good luck on our next...
Yes,
our next-
yes. Or what do you use for your hair? What kind of gel? He's just
The same thing Pachimari uses.
Nice.
Would you be interested in making a full-length animated film, seeing how popular...
Yes.
yes,
Yes.
yes. I wear prosthetics. I
Yes.
I'm not afraid to put a big suit on.
So
Yes.
just get onto your Twitters and find Jeff Kaplan
Yes.
at Blizzard,
We'll
at
shave
Michael
the
Chu.
head. We
Live
do the side
animated,
thing. I
live
will
action.
Jenny.
have the hair.
We're available.
Oh, we're dying for a movie.
Oh,
or a
fantastic.
series or something.
Because
Yeah.
the animated shorts are so incredibly popular.
Right? And they're so beautiful.
Yes.
Wasn't
like,
the new Doomfist one amazing, guys?
Yes.
That animation was so
I
great.
loved the animation
Yeah.
style for this one. It was
Yeah.
so good, so that's why I had to ask. I was like, as a fan, a film would be amazing. Like maybe how everyone's, like how it all intertwines into
Sure.
the universe. I think that'd be fantastic. Ah,
That would be
all
really
into
cool.
it.
For sure.
I agree. Well,
I
you
think
know
all
what?
of us would say yes.
10 years
in a
ago, they were
heartbeat.
like, "Oh, we want a Warcraft movie." So you never know. You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
never know what might happen in the world of entertainment.
Yeah. Well, since we're done, smack talking Matthew Mercer, would you ever want to be a guest star on his show, Critical
Yes.
Role?
Yes, I love Matt Mercer.
Yes.
and I
No.
love- They're great.
I would be so pathetic. I would humiliate
No, it'd be
myself.
so much fun.
But Darren
God.
DePaul did it. Why
Yes, he
can't
did.
you?
He totally can do it.
Sprig, right? Was that his name?
Yeah.
Sprig.
Yeah.
Shout out Sprig.
Come on,
Yeah.
Reinhardt, let's go.
Listen,
I want to do it so badly.
I'll have
What's up?
tequila with Matthew Mercer, but I won't.
Oh,
Yeah.
Hyper
This
RPG with Johnny Cruz. They
Yep.
do that one.
Yep, yep, that one's
Awesome.
cool.
Parsecs is another great one too. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of great ones out there.
Matt Mercer is such a great dude. I think that I always like poking fun when I'm like, I'm better at fair than Matt Mercer. But he's like, I'm better at life than Josh Peterson.
Listen, Matt
See,
Mercer.
Matt, I can give him and I can take him.
Matt is pretty good at life, but you are too. So
Oh,
don't
thank
worry.
you very much.
How fun is it to be a voice actor?
It's really, really fun. We have a great time. It's like, it doesn't matter what you look like, you can just be crazy, you know? Like,
Usually me and Peter Griffin go outside.
can you tell we hate it? We hate it. It's awful.
My
It's,
name's Cleveland and I live on Long Street.
What are you even saying?
As you can tell, we don't like it at all.
No, it's an amazing job, and I always say, and I know these ladies agree, the best part of our job is when we get to meet all you guys. So, I mean that too. Absolutely.
No, but adding to it, I think it's really fun that it doesn't matter what we look like. So, I've played little boys for cartoon stuff, and I want to do a ton more stuff. But we can be old ladies, we can be robots, we can be little beetle bugs. I don't know, it doesn't matter. We
Yeah.
just gotta squeak and stuff, and it's all good.
Awesome. Is voice acting really hard in your natural voice?
It depends. I mean, it depends on what you're doing. I mean, obviously, like, if I was trying to do the voice that Josh does for Roadhog, it would be really hard for me. And also, whenever you're doing what they call exertion lines, like death throws or like fights and stuff like that, that can be very, very difficult on your cords. So part of the job is learning how to have good vocal hygiene and take care of your cords, and hopefully you're working with an organization like Blizzard that's very careful with their actors and understands that it's taxing, because you go out for a night with your friends and you lose your voice. Imagine doing 4 hours of talking or 4 hours of screaming or 4 hours of that for your job. Yeah, it absolutely can.
Okay.
And also, it depends on the type of character. Like,
like when I do my little kids, all of a sudden, like after 2 hours, my voice is really tired.
Yeah.
so I know that I need to find better technique to do it. I'm really glad, I've recorded a lot for Sombra, and I'm really glad it's kind of on my pitch. If I had to sound like Diva, I mean, I guess I wouldn't have gotten cast, but I'm just really glad that it's not so high-pitched, because if they're early morning sessions, I wake up and I sound like a dude, So you warm up your voice, it's a whole process. So I'm glad that I'm on my low
She
register.
calls her like Jake. She's like, no, it's Carolina.
Blizzard. But yeah, so it depends. Like, afternoon sessions are way better than morning ones, and if I had to sound like this dude, hey, no.
That's what I was going to say. Is it even more taxing on yours, Josh?
Yeah, I would say there's, you gotta, everything has a limit. The human body has a limit. You gotta know your limits, and you gotta know what you can do. And you gotta know what you can do. And don't hurt yourself. And we work with the most amazing people in the industry with Blizzard, and they take such great care of us. So, yeah, the exertions, they usually save for the end of the session, but sometimes, you gotta pound in a bunch of stuff in a short amount of time. And after you've been doing a lot of talking, it can hurt.
Have you found a way, since you started recording, to kind of change where you put your voice to do Roadhog?
Don't smoke. Don't smoke. And drink. I like room temperature water, and I'm weird. Like, I don't drink cold water anymore because
No.
it's like a muscle the throat is. So when you are done doing a sport, you ice your shoulder to like get the inflammation down. Same thing with your throat. Sometimes I want the inflammation because that's what I'm relying on when it's warmed up. basically. Because it does. It takes me about 30 to 45 minutes to get it all kind of, you know.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Roadhog in a blender, guys.
Could you say that again? I missed that part.
I turned into Jar Jar Binks. It's done. But yeah, definitely just know your limits and don't do anything that you would hurt yourself to do. Yeah.
Would you guys ever be interested in being in more video games? Because I know Josh has been in some, Carolina's been in Grand Theft Auto. I don't think I've seen anything for you as far as video games except this one.
Fallout 4. I played a character in Fallout 4.
Would you be interested in?
Oh yeah, no. Look, I'm an actress. I'm interested in doing anything that's legal. So, yeah. Anytime you get a chance to tell a story in any medium, I'm in. I love doing it. I love the medium of games, of video games, and virtual reality, particularly because it now puts the players in the story. You know, when we're acting on screen or on stage or whatever, there's definitely a relationship built between the audience and the performer, but it's still separate. Whereas when you're in the game, you're playing the game, you're telling the story, you get to be activated, you have agency, you have power. And I love the idea that people get to choose their own adventure. So being a part of that, yeah, absolutely.
And I also think that I was confused at the beginning when Sombra came out. I'm like, how do these people know my voice lines better than I do? But it's because you guys play Sombra for hours, so you hear her say stuff that I forgot I recorded, 6 months ago. And so I think it's really cool that you guys get to play our characters because that's how much more connected you all are to the characters. And that's a really special connection that we have to you versus if I'm just in a movie and you guys watch me, you kind of don't play me, not me, Sombra. So that's a really cool, it's a cool thing that I hadn't really understood until Sombra came along, in my life.
Do you guys have any future projects that you are, I would say, I don't need any names.
That we're allowed to talk about?
Yes.
I do have some stuff coming up that we're not allowed to talk about, but stuff coming
Definitely
up.
working on this stuff.
Likewise.
There's so much this
We all have stuff.
Yes.
It's coming.
Yeah, we sign our life away, and if we say anything, they might kill us.
Yeah, don't
So there's some stuff.
Yeah, we like our jobs. We want to keep them. But yeah, I think especially in the gaming industry, they're very, very careful about keeping things secret because obviously leaks happen so quickly. So, but also in TV and film and everything else nowadays with social media, we just have to be extra careful and not talk about it.
I did get permission. I did a little thing on Mr. Robot last week, which is super cool. I can't tell you anything about it, but I acted in a scene. So that's that, which is
That's
cool because
exciting.
it's, Mr. Robot.
Yeah.
I shot a movie in Cuba last year, and it's a horror movie. I hate horror. I do all these things that, it'll come out, so I'll put it on my Twitter when it comes out, but it's a dark movie in Cuba. Yay.
Oh, yes, I am going to shamelessly promote. Woo! I have a series out right now, which is on full screen, which you can just go online and watch it. It's called Cassandra French's Finishing School. It is a dark comedy about a young woman who takes her dating life into her own hands. In a very humorous way. And I suggest you all go watch it. And I play Wendy, the incredibly fast-speaking PR agent.
Ooh, amazing.
She's a little bit like Ari Gold, only not a jerk.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So check it out. It's really fun. It's really funny. The whole cast is awesome. And
I love it. It's really good.
I haven't switched out to the silver screen as much as these two, but I do have a Twitch channel, and I do love streaming. We're up to almost 10,000 people on that.
Damn.
So we got a good...
And with all of you, it's going to be like 20,000.
Yeah.
It's lit.
Go. Yes.
Absolutely.
Do you guys ever hang out outside of
Yeah.
recording? I was saying.
I don't like her at all.
I say yeah, they're like, don't
I follow
lie.
you on Instagram. You can't lie to me. I
We
saw
don't hang out
y'all.
with
We
them.
do.
Yeah.
You can't lie to me. I saw you eating cupcakes.
do.
Oh, we slammed those cupcakes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't even remember what that cupcake tasted like. It just went straight into my stomach. Yeah, no, we totally hang out. Once we all met at last year
Rap
around
party.
BlizzCon at the rap party, I think it was just that was it. It was
Love
on.
at first sight.
It's cool too because there's a crew that kind of lives in New York, and there's a crew that lives in LA. So it's kind of neat to see.
And I
Yeah.
take planes to see
Yes,
you
and
all.
you
That's
are
true.
jet
She's good
setting
at
all
that.
over.
Yeah. That's the thing. We live far away, so the ladies hang out in New York once in a while. Farah and Mercy join us, and then I was in LA, so that's where Roadhog brought us a gift.
Yes.
We did a fun video. If you
Yeah,
haven't
a
seen
little
it, check
party
it
at
out.
the house.
Yeah. So we try, you know, it's just we don't all live in the same city, so we do our best. We let each other know when we're coming to the other coast, so.
Frequent flyer miles.
Yeah, but it really is, you know, it really is awesome that, you know, Blizzard cast all these people and we all get along.
Yeah.
And it's not always the case. Sometimes you work on TV shows where, like, you might not like one of the actors because you just don't get along. And in this case, we're all like, oh my God, we gotta hang out again. Because it's just it's a good little family, so.
It's a good group of folks.
Yeah.
That's awesome. What do you guys do on your downtime when you're not recording and being famous?
What is this
people?
downtime you speak of?
Yeah.
That's why I don't play Overwatch, guys. I don't have downtime.
I work at Universal Studios Hollywood as Optimus Prime and Megatron.
That's fantastic.
Character meet and greet, and I had some amazing people at this convention bring me a picture they had taken with Optimus Prime and their sons, and I signed it for them, and that was
adorable.
amazing. So that was really fun. That's never happened to me before, so shout out to you people. That was really cool. So that's what I do in like my downtime. Working in a theme park in LA as a voice actor and a character meet and greet is the greatest thing ever. It's really fun. So. I just landed something else. They have a new closing ceremony with the Harry Potter show, and I unofficially can say this, that I am the voice of the Sorting Hat in that. Gryffindor!
Sweet.
10 points for Gryffindor, I hope.
Oh, that's fun.
Well, does the audience have any questions they'd like to ask these lovely individuals?
What was the most fun moment you had recording some of the voices for your characters?
Great question.
Let me think.
As much as it was tiring, and I may have said in the past that I didn't like doing it, the exertion lines, like all the death lines, it's kind of crazy having to stand in a studio and pretend that you're dying in 20 different ways. Like, you know, we talked about this recently, that like, okay, now you're falling off a cliff, but you hit something on the way down. Now
You're
you're
electrocuted.
freezing. Now you're being electrocuted. Like, you have to come up with all of these things, and it's creatively, it's awesome. It's super fun to come up with those ideas in your head. Like, physically, it's really hard, but I think I really liked the falling to my death. That was kind of like, I'm a dark person. I know what the heck.
So I'm thinking still.
I love doing the lines with Junkrat.
I can't.
So
Did you guys record?
we did not record it together, but we had the wonderful Andrea Toys, who was there, and Michael Chu, who were basically like, so your little sidekick is this crazy, like, explosive expert, you can't stand him. So we want to hear the irritant, do you ever shut up? Stuff like that. That was really fun. And doing his laughs. I really enjoyed doing his laughs. Because I got like a good wheeze. Like the one when you pick Roadhog on the character select screen, he does that.
Wow. Give us another laugh.
You see how red my face gets?
All the blood just rushed to your face.
It's all diaphragm. It's all diaphragm. So that was really fun. That was my favorite.
I don't know, guys. I remember just doing a lot of boops. And I would literally do this, which made me feel crazy, but I'd go boop, 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 boop. Like, I didn't know what the boop was about, so I did all these pitches and long ones and short ones, and so I guess that was funny. I don't know. I like when I'm making fun of characters, like, cheers, love. You know? So I think that I really enjoy when they're throwing in other parts of the story or characters that then like I make fun of the guy in the red shirt, who's a guy who goes to BlizzCon every year and like points stuff out about things, and so I kind of like the inside joke things. I think they're really cool. I don't like the exertions. Those are hard.
I don't like doing them, I like coming up with them.
Oh.
Like, I like imagining what it sounds like, and then when my voice hurts, I'm mad at
Did
myself.
you guys ever get told to tone it down on your deaths at all?
No. Wow, someone's a drama queen. Wow, Roadhog.
Like he's just dying. He's not being thrown into like a fertilizer machine. He's just got shot once, not by the cavalry.
Oh no, you know what I do all the time is I always assume that like I'm in the middle of battle, so I'll be like, you know, EMP activated, and they're like, just
Easy kill.
bring it down to a
Bring it
6.
down.
And I'm like, oh, okay. EMP activated. And then all of a sudden I'm like, I thought I was like running or something. They're like, no. So Sombra's always more in control than I think she is. So they toned that down. But now my dad's never. No.
I will say it was fun recording the car wash line just because it felt like one of the few moments that I could show Symmetra has a sense of humor.
I know.
And that was enjoyable.
That's funny.
That's
The
definitely one of
end.
my favorites. That's one of my selects for sure. That was great. But I have to say, I love when y'all are getting electrocuted, especially Lucio, and he's like, I have to laugh every time it
I
gets
know,
me.
they're so good, right?
Some of them are weird though.
There's
'cause
only
it's
one
like,
person who electrocutes people too, and it's Winston.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
Really?
Yeah, he's the only.
But like, do you remember one where we're freezing and then
Yes.
we get shots and we're like, you know, or like you're falling like Goofy, wah! You know, and we have to do the splat, like,
Yeah.
because like
Right.
something went
The
through
one,
you.
yeah, the only one I remember is like hitting something on the way down.
How was that?
Like something like that. Yeah. I mean, we could go on for days.
It's not like it.
But yeah, at the end of that one, you're really tired.
Yeah.
Your voice is like,
But satisfied.
sure.
Next. Pink hair.
Who are your favorite characters outside from, yourselves? That-
Just in general?
Yeah, in general.
Oh.
And like why?
You mean in the game?
Yeah, in the game.
Okay.
No, in the
Sorry.
game, okay.
Yeah, yeah,
I was about to be like, Peter Venkman, Ghostbuster.
Wow, you had that one ready to go.
That's impressive.
I love Widowmaker. I don't know why. Maybe because she's also calculated and stuff and like kind of sexy but sly. I like Mercy because she's got cool wings.
Yeah, and she can
Sombra.
fly.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm like,
I like Sombra.
Yeah.
Got the peppermint.
He's trying to get points with me. You
I got
know?
the peppermint skin at
Oh,
Christmas,
really?
and I was
Oh,
like,
sweet.
I'm gonna rock this. You're just a glitch in the system.
Love it, love it.
I want to be Anna when I grow up.
Yeah.
That's right. I see you.
Oh, look at you, baby. There's a few Annas.
There's a bunch of great
yes,
honors.
but
Cosplay's
yes.
been amazing, by the way, this entire con. All you
Oh,
guys
yeah.
look great. Got a big hog over there next to the Diva crew.
Zen. I
Yeah.
see a Zen over there. A little Zen action.
Hey,
Oh, and
yes, I've been
Zarya.
rolling and taking
Yes.
pictures of all of them.
Amazing.
Oh, there's so many of you guys.
Gentlemen in the glasses.
So obviously, what you mentioned with technology, we have so many avenues for young blind voice actors. Reddit, voices.com, and stuff like that. What advice would you give to someone who's coming up in order to like graduate from those platforms to more professional avenues, like having an agent and getting these bigger gigs?
The question, if you couldn't hear on the other side of the room, is what would you do if you're a budding voice actor? Where would you go, and what would be the next step to kind of go to the next echelon? There's a wonderful site called iwanttobeavoiceactor.com. I don't know if you've been there, and I know it sounds cliche, but if you go there, it will literally take you step by step of